Alright, so we're going to get our pack weights here. Final pack weight. This is mine. Right around 32 pounds. Yeah. Let's see how much stuff Sherry added. 30.6. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So Sherry and I are down in Kentucky once again, and we are going to backpack hopefully the next couple of nights at the Vanhook Falls trail. So I learned about this trail from watching Backpacking with Jason's video, so thank you Jason for recommending it. He says that it is one of his favorite trails in Kentucky, so given all the trails that he's hiked in Kentucky, I'm expecting this should be pretty nice. Not too sure about the weather this week. It's going to be really hot today. Going through a little bit of a heat wave down here, which is kind of unexpected for being kind of in mid-May, but it's going to be close to 90 degrees today, and then tomorrow it looks like we're going to get a lot of rain. So we're just going to take this one as it comes and see what happens. So this trail follows the Sheltowee Trace, I think at least for a little while. And this is not a super long trail. I think it's about a 10-mile loop, and it's one of those lollipop loops, what they call a lollipop loop, where you kind of hike into a trail, then you come to a loop, you do that loop, and then you hike that first trail back out to where you started. With all the spider webs I'm running into, I have a feeling we're the first ones through this trail this morning. Ugh. Hit you right in the face. Check this out, nice little waterfall over here. Little pool, man, that'd be a nice place to take a little swim, I think.
Guess when you have as many legs as he does, going uphill isn't so bad.
There's a lot in this trail shape then.
Here's another little waterfall we just came by. Not much water right now, but if we get that rain they're talking about tomorrow, I bet you this thing's going to be flowing pretty nicely. A lot of really cool rock formations in this section here. Very pretty. So apparently we're supposed to use this rope to get down this little rock here. So let's see how that goes. Oh, not too bad. So this bridge looks like it's been here for a while. A lot of butterflies down in this area. Not sure if they're coming out on camera. So I'm thinking we gotta cross that bridge next. So the bridge feels more solid than it looks. We were just commenting there's no shortage of things to look at on this trail, that's for sure. Really cool. Kind of reminds you of Hocking Hills almost. Well, I do believe this is Vanhook Falls right here. This is really cool. I don't know if the camera shows the scale of it, but this little cavern right here is pretty large. Looks like you can walk around that way up there. With Sherry down there, it gives you a better idea of the scale. Super cool. So I guess we're going to climb up all those stairs right now. I don't know if you can see those, but stairs going up the hillside right there. So we came up those stairs I showed you, and now we are starting the loop portion of our hike. So we're kind of like up on a ridge here, I think, or halfway up a ridge. And we're just going to work our way around that loop counterclockwise. So far, this section of trail has been pretty easy to hike. I mean, there's less rocks and roots over here, and for the most part, it's fairly level. So I think we're making pretty good time. My understanding is there's some campsites over by the river, so we're going to try to get on the other side of that side of the loop and find a campsite over there for the night. Lunch break time. We're doing our chicken / tuna creations in a wrap, typical backpacking lunch that we do. We stopped by this tiny little stream right here, so that's going to allow us to top off our water before we continue hiking. So you might remember in my last video when we went to the Manistee River Trail, my filter clogged up. We had to resort to using water purification tablets. So when I got home, I did the trick where you soak it in 50% vinegar and 50% distilled water for a couple hours. And that did the trick. You can see it's flowing really nicely right now. Okay, so we're back on trail after a slight detour. Started going down the wrong trail for a second. But I guess we're following these white diamonds now. And according to the GPS, we're back on track. So. Seeing our first views of the Rockcastle River. So the trail goes up this way down along the bank of the river. So we're going to start looking for a campsite somewhere along here. From the little information I was able to find online, that's where the best camping is. So hopefully we'll find something good. All right, so we did manage to find a campsite, and we did get camp set up. I'm sorry I really didn't feel like filming any of that. We were pretty tired, and it's pretty hot out, so I just wanted to get camp set up. I'll just give you a quick tour here real quick. So over here we have our tent, and my wife's over there taking it easy. She's reading her book.
Oh, stop it.
And then I set up a, don't interrupt me. So I set up a rain fly over here because like I said earlier, we're supposed to get some rain tonight and maybe tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for sure, maybe tonight. So I wanted to have some place where we could get out of the rain and cook if we needed to. So I brought an extra tarp and I set that up over there. Down here is the Rockcastle River. And down this little path here, we have access to get down to the river so we can get water. So actually, it's a pretty cool campsite overall. I'm not sure if there's any better ones further down, but we were ready to stop and saw this one, so we grabbed it. So I don't want to make it seem like Sherry hasn't done anything. That's not the case. She gathered all of this firewood here, and she actually sawed some of it up with the Soaky saw. So she did that when I was hanging up the barrel line. So really appreciate that. Gives you a better view of the Rockcastle River. These boulders are huge. There's Sherry down there by the water. It's kind of nice. We have a beach over here right below our campsite, so maybe we'll come down here later on when it cools off a little bit. Bring our camp chairs.
Very, like, not solid.
How's the water?
It feels good.
You're sinking in though, huh?
Yeah.
There's a look downriver. Yeah, I'll swing around this way. This is upriver. I think the rain tarp was a good call. It started getting dark and we started hearing thunder in the distance. So we moved all of our stuff underneath the tarp and started boiling water to make dinner. So I bought this little fire maple table that I saw on YouTube just kind of on a whim because I thought it looked cool. And it is actually pretty handy. Sherry used it earlier. She made a cup of coffee. And it gives you a nice place to sit your pot and, you know, maybe prep some things. So, I don't know. I brought it along this trip. I think it might go along on some future ones too. So we're doing a couple more of my homemade dehydrated concoctions. I've just got a simple beef and mac. And Sherry's got a chicken burrito bowl. How is it?
It's pretty good.
Are you lying?
It needs a little bit more spices.
Oh.
You want to try it?
Mix it up really well because they go down to the bottom. Good morning, everybody. So we just finished eating breakfast and we're going to start cleaning up camp here. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to head on down the trail and see if we see another campsite that we like for night number 2. We're just going to be kind of playing this by ear. We're not really sure where we're going to camp tonight or how that's all going to work out. Last night it did start raining right around the time we were eating dinner. So we weren't able to have a campfire, unfortunately, because all of our firewood got all wet, and we were tired anyway, so we just decided to call it a night and go to sleep. It's sunny right now. Not sure how long that's going to last, so we're going to go ahead and get camp cleaned up now. We're all packed up and ready to head out. There's these massive boulders all along this trail. I filmed a few of them, but none of them are as big as this one. Check that out. I'm guessing maybe this whole hill might be full of these boulders, just like down by the river. It's just, you know, they're all covered over by dirt. Pretty cool. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a toad hiding down there. We've been admiring this rock formation. We've been walking by it for quite a while. One of those ones that kind of just keeps going. So we are almost back to the stick part of the lollipop, if you will. And we saw a few campsites, but they really weren't that far away from where we were camping, and some of them were small and this and that. So and there weren't a ton of campsites at all. I did mark down the coordinates for them, and I'm going to put those in my debrief video. So be sure to check that out if you want to kind of see where some of the campsites are that we did see. So we stopped here to take a little break and fill up on water. And we got a little bit of a hill here. And this is what happens when your water bottle rolls down the hill into the creek. You got to go down into the creek and get it. So you might be able to tell we are not at a backcountry campsite. So on our hike out, as I mentioned earlier, we were looking for a suitable campsite for night number 2, and we really just didn't come across it. There were a couple that were possibilities, but there were either too much of a hill to put a 2-person tent on, or one of them there were some blowdowns and we would have had to bushwhacked to get to it. So we kind of punted, and what we did is we came to a nearby public campground. It's called Bee Rock Campground, and that's one of those campgrounds where you pay $15 at a kiosk, and if there's a site open you can go ahead and camp. So we grabbed a site here, and we're just going to spend night 2 here at this campground, and then go home tomorrow. So here's a little tour of our campsite here at Bee Rock Campground. You park down there, and then they got some steps that come up this way here. They give you a bear locker, which is kind of nice. And then over this way, you've got your picnic table area with your fire ring. I set up a rain fly over here. And then up these steps here is the tent platform. Now the only thing about this tent platform that I'm a little unsure about is this base is gravel. So I don't know how that's going to work with a backpacking tent, since I don't have a real heavy tarp underneath it. So hopefully it doesn't cause any damage to the tent or to our sleeping pads. I don't think it will. It's kind of it's small gravel, so it's not real big pieces. So hopefully it isn't going to mess anything up. But yeah, all in all, these are nice sites, and it looks like all the ones, at least on this side of the campground, are very similar. They kind of go up into the hill like this, and they've got platforms built. So it's actually a really nice place. Sherry's trying a new mountain house. At least it's the first time we've seen it. It's Korean inspired beef.
It's very good.
She says very good.
2 thumbs up.
I'm doing another homemade concoction, my unstuffed peppers. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, because we're just going to have a rainy night of camping here, and then tomorrow we're just going to pack everything up and head home. So really nothing more of interest to film for you guys. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to go ahead and make a debrief video, and I'll put that information about the different campsites that I saw, GPS coordinates and all that. So if you're interested in hiking this trail and camping, you might want to check that out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.